Well, folks, just days before the midterm elections, Joe Biden is now promising windfall taxes against energy companies, specifically companies like Exxon and Chevron, who have absolutely blown away earnings with billions in profits. That if you just take Exxon's earnings and compare it to the estimated earnings for Amazon, Procter & Gamble, and Tesla combined, you still have more profits over at Exxon than you do at all of these companies combined. Now, of course, the actual implication of Biden suggesting there will be windfall taxes against energy companies in order to encourage them or force them to lower the price of gas at the pump is probably relatively unrealistic. That's because right before a midterm election, it is unlikely we're going to see any kind of new taxes. And after the midterm election, where Democrats are almost surely going to lose the House of Representatives and may lose the Senate as well, we don't actually believe any new taxes will be passed on. Even if new taxes were passed on, generally higher taxes just increase costs for consumers, not actually forcing energy companies to lower their costs. Look, for example, at California. California has some of the highest state fuel taxes for gasoline. And what you find is that gas prices in California are about $1 higher than they are anywhere else. It's also more expensive to truck gasoline in California due to, additional trucking requirements placed on truckers and limitations on refining within the state of California that really leave antiquated 1970s technology still operating when it could be updated to more efficient technology. And so what we usually end up with is less efficient refining, more taxes paid not by big companies, but instead by consumers. And so unfortunately, the idea that, hey, let's just tax our way to lower gas prices is one that might sound good to a certain cohort of voters, but rarely actually works from an economic point of view. Generally, companies just pass on that cost to consumers. Now, we don't actually believe that the Biden administration is really going to be able to accomplish anything after these midterm elections, as they lose either the House or potentially the House and the Senate. And we end up with essentially a lame duck final 2 years here of the Biden administration. Who knows, maybe we'll get sort of a new Biden administration with Democratic control again in 2024, or we'll flip to Republican. But at least for the next 2 years, as far as we can sort of look out right now, it's not looking too good for Democrats. And I hate to say it, but this messaging from Joe Biden that windfall taxes are coming to energy companies is probably going to fall heavily on deaf ears. Therefore, this windfall tax is likely to be meaningless and just rhetoric.